Dear students, welcome back to Blackboard. Today we are going to discuss some more questions by using the fundamental theorem of arithmetic. What is fundamental theorem of arithmetic? Every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes, and this factorization is unique apart from the order of the numbers. Now we are going to discuss exercise 1.2 question number 5. Check whether 6 raised to n can end with the digit 0 for any natural number n. 6 raised to n, that n can be any number, any natural number. If it is 1, it is 6 raised to 1, that is equal to 6. If it is 2, that is 6 raised to 2, that is equal to 6 into 6, equal to 36. 6 raised to n is not ending with the digit 0, we know it. So let us discuss the solution. If the number 6 raised to n for any n were to end with the digit 0, then it would be divisible by 5. That is, the prime factorization of 6 raised to n would contain the prime 5. This is not possible because 6 raised to n equal to 2 into 3 whole raised to n. If 6 raised to n is end with the digit 0, it should be divisible by 5. A number is ending with 0 should be divisible by 5. That means in the prime factorization of 6 raised to n should contain the prime 5. This is not possible because we know 6 raised to n equal to 2 into 3 whole raised to n. The prime factors of 6 are 2 and 3. It is not possible to come 5 there because the uniqueness of fundamental theorem guarantees that there are no other primes. In the prime factorization, it is unique. The prime numbers should be unique. Fundamental theorem of arithmetic guarantees it. So, it is not possible to come 5 there in the prime factorization of 6. So, there is no natural number n for which 6 raised to n end with the digit 0. The textbook also you can see same type. One more question. It is example 5. Another type question, explain why the following are composite numbers. We know composite number means it should be the product of primes. The fundamental theorem states that every composite number can be expressed as the product of primes. So let us check. First question, 7 into 11 into 13 plus 13. Now it is not a product of primes. Here you can see one plus sign. So you should have to change it into product of primes. You see the first term is 7 into 11 into 13. Second term is 13. From the both terms you take 13 outside. 13 we are taking outside. Here what is remaining? 7 into 11. Here we took 13 outside. 1 is remaining. So 13 into 7 into 11 plus 1. That is equal to 13 into 77 plus 1. That is equal to 13 into 78. 78 we can factorize. 78 by 2, 39 by 3, 13. So we can write it as 13 into 2 into 3 into 13. So this question we converted into product of primes. Therefore we can conclude it is a composite number. Second question, 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1 plus 5. First term is 7 into 6 into 5 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. Second term is 5. From the both term, we can take 5 outside. If we take 5 outside from here, what is remaining? 7 into 6 into 4 into 3 into 2 into 1. From here 5 we took outside, 1 is remaining. So that is equal to 5 into 1008 plus 1. That is equal to 5 into 1009. 1009 is a prime number. 5 is also a prime number. So we got product of prime. Therefore, it is a composite number. Thank you.